Guess what? You know that thing you've been wanting to quit for a really long time? Maybe you've even tried and failed many times. I'm here to tell you, you have the ability to quit, to overcome, and to change anything that you want to change, to give up. You have the power in you. You're holding yourself back because you've created an addiction, created a pattern, created a sense of codependency to something that you identify with. It's in your identity. And yet, there's a fear inside of you that for you to give that up, you lose that identity that is who you are now. But it's not who you are capable of becoming. And it takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of courage to give up something now for something more. And I'm telling you that you're able to do it. If you're hearing this message, I truly believe from the bottom of my heart, your time is now. I know my time is now. I know that I am showing up for myself and for you and for all those people I love in a way like never before. And I know that every time I hear you comment, feeling like I needed to hear this, thank you so much. All of the support and the encouragement and the admiration for the message being delivered, right? It keeps me encouraged. It keeps me enthused and excited to just keep showing up. Because many, many, many years ago, I had a vision that I could do this. And it wasn't all about just doing it for fame and, to be acknowledged in the world. It was saying that I know that I can turn my mess into a message. I can turn my failures, right, into my success. And you can too. But you have to want it. And that's really where it all begins and ends. And yet, is the pain bad enough for you to take action? That's what it really boils down to, is what actions are you ready to take today, right now? There's an unlimited opportunity for you in this moment to start making changes, to improve your circumstances. The life that you have created, take ownership. It's your life. It's not my life, it's your life. I had to take ownership of my life, right? 1 DWI, okay, slap on the wrist. 9 years almost to the day, right? We talk about patterns. Another DWI. All right, that one fucking stung. And I felt angry because I felt like I had been set up, but yet, I had to take ownership of this stuff. Right. And then, even with the domestic, I had a domestic, getting into a fight with my ex-wife. I felt persecuted, that it was unfair because of all types of circumstances. It's like a lot of times from a man's perspective, it's so easy to, especially a guy like me, right? I can be aggressive. I am intense. I am passionate. I am well put together. I am strong. I am powerful. I am loving. But it's easy. I'm an easy target. Oh, you're abusive. You're a narcissist. You're this, you're that. And it's just, my heart is pure. I know I'm a loving man. I know I'm a safe man. And I can say that with so much clarity because I trust myself now. And I think where a lot of men are stuck, where a lot of men are finding themselves in the rut, it's all by a flawed design. And the flawed design is that from the time you were just a little guy, you were probably in an environment that did not permit you to express emotions, especially, those sensitive feelings, being emotional, understanding your feelings. It had to be suppressed. And because that was the situation for many, many men, I mean, who knows, 9 out of 10, right? 10 out of 10, it's gotta be a lot. That when, as an adult, as a grown-ass man right now, you hear this message and you're like, I'm stuck and I don't know how to get unstuck. But the thing is the way you get unstuck is you feel, you have to heal the emotional wounds, the emotional instability within yourself. You are at war with yourself. And it's a damn shame that this is what our current society has created for men. And we still, I mean, there's a huge stigma. I know there's a huge stigma that I'm going to go up against, even more so as I continue to share this message and cultivate, this community and start to attract more and more people in here that are saying, wait, this does sound different. This does feel different. It feels different. Feel it, right? I am all about success. I am all about health. I am all about nutrition. I am all about being a strong, masculine man. But the one area when I would look at usually lovers, partners in my past, is I would identify as being a broken man, someone that was diagnosed PTSD, military related stuff. And I would say, I just want to let you know I'm a broken guy. And what was the brokenness inside of me? It was emotional. I was emotionally unstable. And I had no idea what triggers were. I had no idea really beyond just the basics of happy, sad, angry, and mad. And now it's like, I understand this. And I can tell you what I have experienced along my healing journey. And it came really after, it's come as a result of all the experiences. You can't really say, okay, well, it was because of just this one experience versus another. But I can tell you that it came at a time of heartbreak, really deep heartbreak for me, that I said, you know what? I do need to kind of stop with trying to create relationships or find a partner. I need to figure out who the fuck I am. And the only way I was able to do that was in an extended season of isolation, an extended season of just looking in my own mirror and saying, what are the areas that I'm not happy with? And I knew that it was the emotional stuff. I realized, man, when I would get triggered, this immaturity would come out, an aggressive immaturity, a confrontational immaturity. And it would, obviously, I'd fuck shit up. At least I felt like, a lot of regrettable, things I would either say that were very hurtful and damaging, or, things I would do that were very hurtful and damaging in terms of the context of a relationship. And so what I was able to experience in my dark nights of the soul, right, the shadow work I did, was I realized that there is this balance of divine, masculine, and feminine energy within us. And most men, boys, males have really broken and underdeveloped, we'll call it that, underdeveloped senses of really identifying with the divine feminine, which is really rooted in emotional stability, emotional fluidity. It's not being a little bitch. It's literally just being okay with understanding that we are emotional creatures, and you are emotional. And when you hear emotions, most men just, time to be stoic, time to control myself, time to fuck that shit. I ain't got time for feelings. It's like, you do got time for feelings, because I guarantee it, whether you want to identify and heal the instability inside of you, you are definitely emotional. You are definitely emotional, whether you're just fueled by some anger, some rage, frustration, a sense of feeling unloved, unworthy, right? And you're just finding yourself in greater and greater places of isolation, even with being around people. Can anybody relate to that? Where you're actually in relationship, long-term relationship, and yet you still feel alone? And it's because you've emotionally disconnected. And so in my time of a singularity, this is the work I've done with a therapist and with other people that are healed. My therapist calls it, I've done the emotional heavy lifting to really work on connecting with that side of who I am. And in doing that, I have gained more self-mastery to where it's not about having control over my emotions. It's about being completely self-aware. Listen to that word. That's going to come up a lot. Self-awareness is that's the new thing. It's coming out. And it's not so new, but it is new. And men need to get on board. Self-aware is self-improvement. It's next level stuff, but it's like I became more self-aware of who I am, how I feel, what I've been through, and I've covered that with forgiveness and understanding and grace and mercy and love and compassion and just this unconditional support of what I've been through. And in doing that, I now have self-awareness to where when something comes up, when something isn't good for me or something is triggering a fear or a negative emotion in me, I don't react knee-jerk. I can kind of sit with it and say, wait, what's going on here? Do I need to get ugly about this? Do I need to, fight? Versus just stand firm, stay centered. And that's like the real big flex. So throughout these seasons of singularity, what I experienced was I gave myself an opportunity to allow my roots of masculinity to really deepen. And a lot of men have stunted growth in their true essence of masculinity. And I always look at the picture of, like, if you can picture like a coastline, if you've ever can imagine like a coastline on an ocean, and there's a peninsula that's kind of a rock, right? A big rock peninsula that goes out into the ocean. And you see there's times where big waves will crash and they hit the rocks and the rocks don't move. The waves hit the rocks and there's a huge splash of energy, right? Well, the way I look at it is the divine masculine is the rock. It's stable, it's solid. And it's not because of trying to be stable and solid, trying to keep it together. That's what a lot of y'all are doing. That's what a lot of y'all men are doing. You're trying so hard. You're trying so hard to be a good guy. You're trying. It's so hard, right? You're gritting it out, and that's not it. See, when you do the real work, it's natural. You truly are made to be stable, to be secure, to be everlasting, to be rooted in God, which gives you the stability you need so that when the divine feminine comes, that's like that fluid, the wave that crashes, psh, psh, right? And you need that within you, right? You need to be able to, when you are triggered emotionally, right? You respond with those with a broken sense of emotionality and not really having any kind of self-mastery, that you overreact in a way that leaves you feeling worse off, yeah? It leaves you feeling guilty, shame, embarrassed, more isolated, more of a failure. And a lot of that obviously is also, a lot of those emotions are obviously giving you confirmation about your own image of self. But if you go back to the picture, it's like, that's also what women need in the relationship, right? They need to have a balance. And a lot of women have tried to polarize more with their masculine because, they're pointing the finger and saying guys aren't stepping up and guys aren't healed and guys are too aggressive and too harsh and too hard. And I think there's a lot of truth in that. And so I do believe that collectively, men and women, it's really important right now in this season for us to really become more self-aware, right? If you're somebody that's like, oh, I've been dealing with a narcissistic, like if you see a pattern of narcissistic people that have come in and out of your life, most people don't want to hear this, but the truth is, what the common denominator is, right? And it's not that, oh, you're a victim and that you're just easy prey. No, there's a part of you that's narcissistic. It's the law of attraction. You can't make this stuff up. Energy doesn't lie, right? Like attracts like. And we mirror what we have inside of ourselves, but we don't want to see it. If you're in a state of denial, which is a state of grief, it's the first stage of grief, denial. If you're in denial that you have issues, that there's things you need to be working on to self-improve, to get more mastery over your divine masculine, divine feminine nature within you, and you're just in denial, well, hopefully the wake up is coming. And I know that I'm here to help at least some people wake up, but ultimately the greatest success with getting into and listening to this message is people that are already going down that self-awareness journey, the self-healing journey, saying I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. I don't like feeling out of control. And I don't like that even when I try and control everything and keep it together, I can't. I get overwhelmed and I lose it. If that's you, then it's time to start going through the self-discovery process. And right now, if you type in Results Kill Excuses into your app store, guess what's there? Voila, the Results Kill Excuses app, which has 5 courses. The first 5 is what I call them, the first 5 courses for self-discovery. This is where you get started. This is how you start to release self-sabotage, self-destruct, self-pity, and start embracing the good, the bad, and the ugly of who you are. With clear eyes, this is looking in the mirror. Self-discovery is saying, okay, I'm ready to be honest with myself, honest about my life, not judgmental, not critical. Be your best friend. Be the best lover, the best partner, the best supporter that you have always wanted. Be that person for you when you start to look in the mirror. And this stuff is hard. It's not easy. It's not like kid glove stuff. It's challenging work, and most of us are afraid to do it because we're afraid of what we're going to see. And that is so sad because we have such a bad self-image of ourselves. Think about something you really love to wear. What's something that you love wearing, right? And you just feel like you're a little sexier, you're a little better looking when you're wearing this particular thing. What is that? Just imagine that right now. Now think about it. What's the one thing you wear every single day? Why is it so hard to love that thing? It's your body. It's who you are, your being. We need to learn how to love ourselves. Genuinely, authentically, from the inside. And it's that repair work through the self-discovery. Then you get to self-development, right? You get to reimagine yourself. You get to see who you are right now. And then you get to start looking at, like, who do you want to be? What story do you want to write? Life, it's not too late. Someone was commenting yesterday about being 61 years old. It's like, it's still not too late for you. 70 years old, it's still not too late if you're hearing this message. Whatever time God gives you left on this earth, and no one's guaranteed. I mean, any one of us is out. So quit taking advantage of it. Quit killing time. Start investing in yourself now. Because the most important thing is it's little by little over an extended period of time. It's not about waiting for the new year. It's about hearing this message and responding with action. And if you don't know how to do that, reach out. ResultsKillExcuses@gmail.com. And I will sit there with you for a little over an hour to strategize some real actionable steps that you can take to break through being stuck. But I'm sharing a lot of these things right here on the channel. So just subscribe, share the message, continue to support. If you're somebody that would really think that having an accountability partner starting next year would be something that would really help to like fuel your fire and get you some traction to break through some of your barriers, some of your limiting beliefs, and really set you up for success moving forward in life, then I'm asking you, go to resultskillexcuses.com, click on the shop, purchase anything between now and Christmas, do it now, and you will be entered into winning either 6 months, 3 months, or 1 month of one-on-one coaching with yours truly, the greatest accountability partner on planet Earth. Join a growing number of people that are truly seeing their lives transform each and every day with my help, my guidance, and my support. I can't do the work, and I also can't just give it away because you won't value it. But if you truly want it, your time is now. I believe in you. And if I can do it, you can do it. I used to be instead of the greatest accountability partner, I used to be the greatest self-destructive master of self-destruction. Always holding myself back. And very happy to help other people self-destruct as well. I was that kind of an influencer. I could be a positive and I could be a negative. And I guarantee you some of you relate with that. It's time to stop with the complacency, the self-destruction, the self-sabotaging ways. You want to practice? This is a daily practice. It comes really simple. And I'm actually working on a 90-day morning journal for those of you that want to get into journaling. I have the workbook for the first 5 courses, but I'm coming up with a daily journal just to help you, to focus you in, to really get to the root of what matters. And I do this every day. Write down 3 things today and every day that matter to you. What matters to you today? Does eating healthy matter to you? Does watching your favorite team matter to you? Does spending countless hours doom scrolling matter to you? Or does getting in an exercise matter to you? Does finding the courage and confidence to ask somebody out on a date, to introduce and break the silence and introduce yourself to them? Does, saying no to alcohol matter to you? What matters to you? What truly matters to you? And here's the filter. The things you write down should actually improve your life. So when I say the doom scrolling, I'm talking, it's sarcastic, right? I'm being sarcastic. That doesn't actually improve your life. Watching your teams doesn't improve your life. That's an investment of time that you can't get back. Sure, they did a great job. Yay, they did so awesome. They got paid. They're making millions of dollars. What about you? What about you? And maybe you don't want to be successful like that. But do you want to just feel happier about your life? Do you want to genuinely trust yourself again and feel that you are worthy of love and to be loved and to share love with others, to be a generous person, to make a difference in your family first, in your community and beyond? Then start investing in yourself. Open yourself up to becoming more self-aware and knowing that it's the greatest investment. It's the greatest investment. I don't regret it. But I'm telling you, it's also for the long haul. So if you're someone that's like, well, yeah, I want to give this a try for a month. Okay, all right, yeah, a month. You need to give it, this needs to be something that you're willing to commit for the long haul, for the rest of your life. Because as you become more and more self-aware, every single day you're excited to reflect and to learn that, you could do things better and you can improve. And it's fulfilling. It really is fulfilling in life. You really do find your calling, which is different than your purpose. Purpose, Your number one purpose in life is to be the best version of you, to allow for nature to unfold. So many of us, we're fighting against God's design for your life. He wants you, like God wants you to be the best version of yourself. He wants you to do life on life's terms. He wants you to know how powerful you are, that your dreams are worthy of becoming reality, that the gift inside of you needs to be cultivated, developed, mastered, and then shared with others. You're fighting against it because bad things happened, because you're sad, because you're lonely, because someone hurt you. So you fight against that. You'd rather stay sad and lonely. Why? Why? How does it benefit you to remain in that perpetual stages of grief? You're either in denial, you're bargaining, you're depressed, or you're angry, when you just need to get to a place of acceptance. I can help you do that. I can't do the work for you, but I can definitely hold you accountable and show you the way. But a simple practice every day. Write some gratitude, affirmations, things you're grateful for, and then write down 3 things that matter to you that impact your life, that things that you are going to accomplish today. It's basically like small goals for the day. But I think goals, we've kind of, I think we've beat that word up so much that it's intimidating to us. When we think about something that matters to us, I mean, that's deep. That's in the heart. That's in the mind. Like something that matters to you. Does living a healthy life matter to you? Well, what decisions would you make if that matters to you? And what things would you not do? And you need to start having those reflections with yourself. And it needs to be something that it takes little steps. Maybe it's just one thing that matters. Maybe 3 is too much. Just start somewhere. But the thing is to start. And it's to start here. And it's to start now. And it's time to stop with the excuses. I love you guys. Thank you so much to everybody that's been subscribing to the channel, sharing the messages, really just giving yourself permission to connect with the message. I know a lot of you are gaining insights and perspectives and probably feeling seen and heard. And that is a major goal of mine. So just continue joining me along this self-awareness journey, this journey called life. Let's do life together. Let's support each other. Let's build each other up. Let's feel that we can be vulnerable and share our stories and not worry about people tearing us down. Let's build each other up. I love you guys. You know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.